Let's see what's going on with this card. Ooh, Page of Cups, reverse. So I feel like Libra, some of you are questioning your feelings of love for someone. I feel like some of you have pulled back your emotions for someone significant. This could also be you checking in with yourself, checking in with your intuition, and seeing if you are in alignment with what you want out of life. But I do get the sense overall that this is you pulling back. Okay, so let's also check in with bottom of the deck energy and see what we have there. Death in reverse. Yeah, transition. This is big energy, so I get the sense that this is a personal transition, that this is a personal cycle that's going on within you. So changes, updates. Maybe some of you are moving. Maybe some of you are getting new jobs. Maybe some of you are looking at the relationship in a different way and you're shifting your perspective towards the person. So yeah, I feel like, with these two combined, yeah, there was a change that took place and now you're trying to understand what happened. And yeah, you've definitely pulled back and now you're considering how you want to approach the situation. But I think you're waiting for more clarity. But yeah, you're definitely retreating because there was something that happened that created a shift in the dynamics of the relationship, and now you've pulled back. Okay, so let's go ahead and check in with Libra specifically. What's going on with Libra? King of Wands. Yeah, I get the sense that you're feeling very powerful. You're feeling very strong and in a leadership type energy within yourselves. I get the sense, Libras, that this is you moving forward in life, moving forward in projects, and you're keeping the big picture at hand. And, you're the King of Wands is sort of the ideas person. They're very visionary. They're very strategic. And they'll tell their subordinates, okay, this is what I want to happen. These are my plans, A, B, and C. Now go and execute. So they're the ones who are not entirely executing these plans. They're making their plans and intentions known so others can do the work for them on their behalf. They're in a leadership role. They're in a management role, maybe a supervisory role. And, they're delegating their authority to their staff, to their middle managers, to ensure that their vision is carried out and is coming to fruition, on time and as planned. But King of Wands, they're very level-headed. They're very passionate, but they're very level-headed and they're very charismatic. So I feel like Libras right now, you're very, very strong within your sense of self. You're very charismatic. So people are really gravitating towards you. They're resonating with you. And, they're regarding you with a person of internal strength that's being exuded, through your personality. All right. So this is a good position to be in. So what's going on with your partner, your person? The Empress. Yeah. So the Empress reversed. I feel like they're taking time to reflect upon what they want out of life and what it is that they want to create and manifest for themselves. This is them taking a moment to retreat, to move back, to reevaluate where they are, where they came from, and where they're going. And I get the sense that in part of their reevaluation, that also includes you. That also includes the connection between the both of you. Do they have room in their lives for this connection, or, are they going to have to move forward in a different direction without you? So I feel like this is, some of the questions that they're asking for themselves, but I feel like they're taking a holistic look at what's going on in their life in general. What is it that they want overall? What's going to fulfill them? What's going to make them happy? And what's going to be in the highest good for themselves and for the good of others? All right. Okay, so Libra, how are you viewing your person? The Hanged Man. Yeah. I get the sense that you're also taking pause, that you're also Just like how I get the sense that your person pulled back. I get the sense that as the Empress reversed, they're the ones who needed a moment to pull back so they can reflect and reassess the direction of their life. And with you, how you're viewing them, well, now you're seeing them, from a different lens, through a different perspective. And you're asking yourself the same questions. Is this worth it? Are they the right person for you? Can this relationship succeed? Yeah, but I get the sense that you're being forced to shift your perspective and maybe re-examine your feelings from a different point of view. This is a card of pause. Yeah, so there's definitely pause going on, like a break. Not a break up, but a break. Okay, so how does your person view you? How does your person view Libra, the Magician? So they're a bit confused. They are getting into alignment with themselves overall on all levels. They're not sure what they want. I get the sense that this energy that we started off with, the Page of Cups and the Death card, that this is the energy of your person. That this is the energy that caused, like, something happened in their life that caused a massive shift, which impacted the trajectory of this relationship. And now they're getting into alignment within themselves, but they're not quite there. It's reverse. So they're doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of introspection, a lot of inward looking at themselves. And they're reassessing where they are in their life. They're trying to make sense of the energetic shift that happened. This could be loss of a job. This could be family interference. This could be anything. This could be anything. There's enough of a shakeup to cause this person to pull back from you, Libra. And now they're just trying to make sense of it. They're trying to get back on track with their lives, because these are two major arcana cards, in addition to the Death card, which is also a major arcana. So this is big energy. And also you have the Hangman right here in how you're viewing them. So big energy. This is not something very simple. This is not a simple fix. This may take months to fix at a minimum. And they are just trying to make sense of it all. They are definitely out of alignment with themselves, out of sorts with not only with themselves, but with the energy of their lives, with what's going on in the day-to-day, in the physical. So there's a lot of confusion here. And I feel like they're trying to make plans, for the good of themselves and the good of all parties involved, to include you. So Libra, what do you desire from this connection? Six of Pentacles, give and take, equal give and take. You want partnership. You want equality. You want emotional support. You want tangible support. This is a balanced relationship. And this is something that you're desiring. And this is what you are asking of your person, just to be 50-50, to be transparent with you. And they give, you give, they take, you take. It was an equal exchange of energy, of love and support and commitment. And that's what it is that you desire out of this connection. What did they desire out of this connection with you, Libra? They're confused. 8 of Wands reversed. They are in their own sort of self-induced mental trap. There's a lot going on, which we're seeing, with the reverse Magician. They don't have clarity of mind. They don't, they're not jiving with the energy that's going on. This Death card, I feel like it's a death and rebirth of, something new, endings and beginnings. I get the sense that the Death card is representing the death of an old way of life. And I feel like that is something, that they're used to. The old way of life is something that they've grown used to, at least for over a decade, at least a decade or more. And now that way of life has changed and shifted, they're confused as all get out, and they don't know what's going to happen in the future. And they're not They're not manifesting at this point. Their manifestation powers is blocked because they're in this Eight of Swords energy, which is stuck energy. And some of it can be self-imposed because I feel like they're struggling with their emotions and they're struggling with their logic. And there's a lot of other factors at play that they're trying to weigh and balance and factor into their decision making. But it has them paralyzed with stress. It has them paralyzed with anxiety. And they're feeling tied up in knots. So feeling like they're caged in, they don't know where to go, they can't move, they're feeling stuck. But this is self-imposed, right? Because if you look closely, this cage of swords, it's not full circle. This person is free to move forward if they just follow and trust their intuition. But because their intuition is blocked, they're not seeing clearly and they're feeling tied up, they're feeling stuck. They're not willing to move forward right now with anything. So this is a big pause in this relationship. And I feel like they put the brakes on this relationship because there's just other things that they need to factor in, that they need to weigh, that they need to handle. And, they can't fit in a relationship with you right now, Libra. There's other external factors at play. So what's the advice and outcome for Libra on this connection? Lovers reversed. Parting ways. Taking a moment to pause, reflect, and move away from one another and give your person the space that they need to work through this transition. You're feeling like it's time for you to move back. And it's not that you don't love them anymore, but you're doing so as a method to preserve the remnants of the connection and to preserve your sanity, to preserve your heart and your feelings. Yeah, so you're feeling left out, you're feeling disconnected, and that it's time for you just to end this connection altogether until conditions improve. And I think you're understanding that this could be a long time. This could be 6 months to a year, for example. So what's the overall advice and outcome for your partner on this connection with you, Libra? Yeah, walking away, taking time for themselves, spiritual poverty, checking in, with their own intuition, with their own heart's desires, with their own wishes, that they are feeling, it's time to move on and fix what's going on in their lives. They're feeling less than. There's a lot of lack mentality going on in their end, and they're not feeling very good about this shift. It has them feeling a little bit impoverished, not so much financially, although there could be some financial struggles here, but they're just feeling, like they just can't catch a break. It's not an ideal situation. It's a hard environment that they're working in. You're seeing an image of winter. So I get the sense that this is the ending of something as well. Winter gives rise to spring, a new beginning, but winter is always the ending, of our seasons. Starts off with spring, goes to summer, then to fall, then to winter. So I feel like right now they're in the winter of a situation, so which is great, which means it's going to improve and get better, but it's going to take some time. All right, so they're closing down some business. They're closing down a cycle. And I'm getting the sense that this is a karmic cycle that was long overdue to shut down, but now it's happening for them. They're clearing karma. Allow them to have that space to do so. And once they're in the spring of their life, so to speak, they'll be around. They'll be around to check in with you to see if maybe there's something there. But right now, Libra, your person does need that time and space to fix themselves and to fix whatever the death card is representing to them, whatever the shift is. Okay, so let's go ahead and check in with the Pure Love Oracle deck, and let's see what messages you both would like to share to one another. So Libra, your message to your person is, I wish I could hug you right now. Yeah, you still love this person. There's no doubt. There's still a lot of loving feelings for this person. And, the way this message is coming in, definitely confirms that you guys are out of union, out of connection, possibly out of communication. But I mean, you just feel so much affection for that person. And you just want everything to be better. But yeah, you wish you could hug your person right now. All right. And what would they like to share to you, Libra? Oh, I feel rejected by you. Interesting. Yeah. My sense was that they may have reached out for help and support as all this was happening. But, you know, in order to preserve your feelings, you said, look, I can't. I've got to pull back. You've got to do this on your own. And, you know, I think they may have been looking towards you as sort of a support system as they went through this massive transition, because they also pulled back from you. But, you know, in order to preserve your sanity and to preserve your heart and your feelings, you're like, look, I need to step back. And I think in doing so, they feel like you just rejected them flat out. I know that probably was not your intention, but that's just how they're interpreting the situation. All right. But I mean, they know, I think they know deep down that there's still, you know, a significant connection between you two. It's just that they have to clear this, you know, and also, it's fair to say that you likely feel rejected by them, just by them saying, hey, I have all this stuff going on in my life, and right now I can't support a relationship, and it threw you for the loop. So, you know, I get the sense that this energy is going both ways. Okay, so let's go ahead and check in with the Journey of Love Oracle. What's the message? The Temple. Okay, Libra, so I get the sense that this is you strengthening your spiritual connection with yourself. I feel like this is you doing any extra healing work on yourself and leveraging the energy of spirit and your spirit guides, your guardian angels, to help you navigate your inner feelings. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to continue to work on your core wounding and to heal yourself so that way you can come back, you know, stronger, wiser, and in a more holistic energy for your person. Not only for your person, but for your loved ones in your life as well. So I get the sense that the temple is representing spiritual growth, and it's time for you to check in and just focus on your spirituality, focus on your relationship with the divine, with God, with your angel team. Take it how it resonates, but this is a card of spirituality. And for your person, beauty. Yeah, they're reflecting upon the beauty of the relationship that they had with you. Good times, great conversation, a beautiful, loving connection between you two. And that's something that they're keeping close at heart for them. And this is the energy that's helping them move through this, you know, transitional energy, through this death energy, so to speak. You know, it's sort of like the beacon. It's their focal point as they go through the ending of this massive karmic cycle. Okay, so let's go ahead and check in with Nature's Whispers. This will be the final message. Nope, can't take all that. I just need one card, please. One card. Yeah, this is great. Clear endeavor. So I get the sense that this is time to get clear with what you want moving forward. And, you know, it's moving forward on your own independently right now, because you are sitting in the energy, Libra, of the King of Wands. So a very, very assured individual. Leadership energy is coming through. You're very grounded in your masculine energy, and you know, what you want, you shall have. You know, things are working out for you, and you're moving forward with strength and with perseverance and with determination, with or without this person. But you are definitely focusing on yourself. So just make sure that you continue to maintain a clear picture of what you want. What are your endeavors? And move forward with a sense of purpose and with a sense of clarity and a surety. And that's what's going to help you transition through this time period.